I understand that there are a group of people that may not have driver's licenses that should still be able to perform work for your company, right? Because if they're not driving for your company, why would a driver's license be essential? However, has anybody ever looked at an I-9 form? Does anybody know what one of the approved forms of identification for an I-9 form is? It's a driver's license, y'all. But California law now says you as an employer are prohibited from requiring an applicant to possess a valid driver's license unless you are able to prove two different things. One, you reasonably suspect that driving is going to be an essential part of their job functions. This cannot just be a commute to and from work. Why? Because they could take an Uber, they could take a bus, they could walk to work. Who knows? It has to be something where it's an essential function of the job. And then here's the fun one too. You reasonably will believe that using an alternative form of transportation would not be comparable to travel time or cost to the employer. So remember I told you it's 70 cents per mile to reimburse for the employee, but if the employee comes to you and says, well, wait a second, I don't need to have a driver's license for my traveling sales role because I can just Uber everywhere. You could basically turn around and show and say, well, look, that's not reasonable because the cost to Uber would be far more in excess of what I would have to pay you as a reimbursement. You will have to prove both of those. You do, as the employer, carry the burden on both of those. So what is my recommendation? Don't ask for driver's licenses unless they're driving for you, unless it's a specific driving role. There's no reason for you to require a driver's license as part of identification. If they choose not to present it as part of their I-9, that's their prerogative. They can provide one of the other identifiers that are approved on the I-9 form.